Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a very important parasite which affects humans. Its common name is hookworm. As the name goes, the name hookworm is termed after the structure of its buccal cavity, which is mainly designed to have hook-like structures to adhere to the intestinal walls of humans. This structure helps this worm to stick to a definite place in the intestine and also to ingest the nutrients so that it can grow and reproduce. We'll be also looking into the life cycle and the precautions that humans need to take to avoid this parasite. This is how the buccal cavity of this parasite looks like. About its geographical distribution, it is mainly found in tropical and subtropical countries. It is a small intestinal parasite. It is found in the small intestines of humans. It is also termed as a major or the leading cause for iron deficiency anemia. And as I said, the name is due to the interior end of the adult worm as it is bent and also having hook-like structures. It belongs to the family of Encyclostomata, and two important human species that are found is Encyclostoma duodenale and Necator americus. Encyclostoma duodenale. The other term which is generally used to describe Encyclostoma duodenale is Old World hookworm, and the disease that it causes is encyclostomiasis. In 1843, Bubini described this parasite, and it was Arthur Loss in 1896 who described the pathogenesis and mode of infection. This was the short history of Encyclostoma duodenale. Its epidemiology, it's like globally around 900 million people are infected, and Necator 835 million, and Encyclostoma duodenale is 135 million. Hookworm infection is prevalent in tropical and subtropical countries like Asia, Africa, America, China, and southern Europe. In India, it is prevalent in Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, and Bihar. Commonly, it's not only for the children but also for the adults that it affects. And it causes severe anemia in children and in pregnant women as their metabolic needs are high. So they are not able to combat with this situation where there is a deficiency of nutrition also. Now about its morphology, how does this looks like? There are two forms of this parasite. It is the adult worm and the eggs. How does the adult worm looks like? They are small, grayish white and cylindrical. Anterior end is bent dorsally and hence the name is hookworm. Oral apertures which are directed towards the dorsal surface, and there is a buccal capsule has 64 hook-like on the ventricle surface and 2 knob-like on the dorsal surface. So this is the whole structure of the buccal capsule, which basically helps them to stick to the small intestine. And male worm is different from the female worm in their shape and size. And how does the male and the female worm different? The size is smaller in male as compared to that of the female. Female ones are longer, and there is approximately a difference of few mm in their size. 5 to 11 is for male, and 9 to 13 is for the female. Males are comparatively thinner, that is 0.3 and whereas males are comparatively wider, 0.6 Now about their posterior end, in males it is expanded in an umbrella-like fashion, named as the copulatory bursa, whereas in females there is no expanded bursa and it is a tapering end can be seen. So this is quite clear that how if you want to differentiate between a male and a female and cyclostoma duodenale, so, there is an expanded umbrella-like structure at the posterior end, the one which is not attached to the intestine. Genital opening, which is posterior and opens in sclera, whereas in females, present at the junction of posterior and the middle third of the body. So it's not the terminal end, it lies somewhere in the lower one third of their cylindrical body. Now you can see easily differentiation of male and female. Here you can see the male one, they are having an expanded uh, structure, which is an umbrella-like structure, whereas the other one is a tapering end, and you can differentiate. And the male is comparatively thinner, female is thicker. Now about the copulatory bursa, which is present in male, for attachment with female during copulation, it is used for attachment. It consists of three lobes, one dorsal and two lateral lobes, each lobe supported by cutaneous rays. It's a 13 in number. And how they are distributed, there is 3 at the dorsal lobe and 10 at the two lateral lobes. Dorsal ray is partially divided at the tip. Each division is a tripartite. Lifespan of an adult worm in human intestine is around 3 to 4 years. So the duration of time for which this adult worm can survive in human intestine is quite long. And this is the major reason why the person suffering from this particular disease will have anemic conditions. Now here you can see the buccal capsule, which was described earlier, describing the teeth. There are 6 teeth and 4 cutting plates can be seen. Whereas the copulatory bursa, you can see the spicules which I have described earlier on the dorsal and the lateral part. These blue shades are actually there. You can see this blue structure which is describing it. Now about the egg, the other form of Encyclostoma duodenale, apart from the adult form, egg is the second form. That is, they are oval shaped. Their size is around 65 micrometer to 40 micrometer. They are colorless and non-bile stained, surrounded by thin transparent hyaline shell membrane, contain a segmented ovum with 4 blastomeres. So this is we are talking about the fertilized egg. Clear space between eggshell and segmented ovum. Egg floats in saturated salt solution. Single female worm lays around 25,000 to 30,000 eggs per day. Eggs are excreted in feces 4 to 7 weeks after ingestion. So suppose we need to consider about the cycle of Encyclostoma duodenum. Obviously, they will enter into the human economy in the form of an egg. So this 4 to 7 weeks of time is from the time of ingestion of the egg, then into the maturation into a fully grown adult, and then their reproduction and secretion of eggs into the stool. So this is the duration. It is around 4 to 7 weeks. So this is how the egg looks like. You can see 4 blastomeres, segmented ovum, it is, and a shell membrane. It is non-bile pigment stained and also it floats on salt solution. So this can be a method of detecting this particular egg in the stool sample. Thank you. We'll continue with the second part in next lecture.